Morning. So this morning I'm back at the National Arboretum, and I haven't been here for probably about 2 months now. And the reason I've come here this morning is there's some really thick cloud cover that's coming in over the west of Canberra and over the Brindabella Mountains. But out to the east, there's no cloud cover at all. And so I'm hoping that I'll get some really beautiful early morning light that casts itself across the valleys here at the Arboretum and some of the smaller trees, and then illuminates all the cloud cover off to the west. I'm in a location close to where I shot another video of mine. I'll put the link up the top here, called the Soul Breaker. Fortunately, there's not as much of the Soul Breaker blowing this morning. Get out of this wind and get back to the cabin. So conditions are fairly calm, and I should be able to get some reasonably good shots, or at least not challenged by the wind, and maybe can concentrate more on taking photos than sheltering from a blasting. I'm just making my way down through some small pine trees here, and I'm hoping that I'll find a composition that has these in the foreground, and then set up the shot and just wait for the sun to rise and give me some of that beautiful morning light on the scene. Well, that was close. I walked around a bit and couldn't really find a composition that I was after. And the light's almost beaten me this morning. So I settled on a spot here. I'm just on the side of the hill, and I'm shooting Mount Painter, which I shot in the Soul Breaker video a few weeks ago. The light's been really beautiful on the side of Mount Painter this morning. So hopefully I've been able to pick that up in the images that I've been shooting. So I'll just quickly talk you through the composition. It's fairly straightforward, it's horizontally linear. I've got the small pine trees in the foreground of the image, and these are the visual interest in the foreground, through to some smaller gum trees in the middle ground, and then Mount Painter in the background. I have the clouds passing over the top of the scene, and they've been catching some really nice morning light here this morning. I'm shooting with my Canon 16 to 35mm wide angle lens this morning, and I've actually employed the use of 2 graduated neutral density filters on the front of the lens. This is just to balance out the light and contrast in the scene. It's quite dark in the foreground because all of these pine trees are in the shadow of the hill that I'm standing on at the moment, and the light cast on Mount Painter is quite strong here this morning. It's some really beautiful golden light, as you can probably see behind me there, and these graduated neutral density filters are really handy just to balance out the light and contrast in the scene. I've caught the really early morning light and some of the colour in the clouds this morning, and now I'm just hanging around, and I want to see if as the sun rises I get some beautiful light in these pine trees in the foreground. I may well then blend the images together in post-production and bring some of that highlight back into the pine trees which are in the shadow earlier on. Well, I've packed up the gear and I'm heading back to the car. The sun's now fairly high in the sky, and I think I've seen the best light of the day. As I said earlier, I almost didn't make it. this morning. We're in a change between the seasons here in Canberra, so the sun's coming up quite early, and will do until we get to daylight savings time. So it just means a little bit earlier out of bed. I was maybe a little bit slow off the mark this morning, but I'm fairly happy with the images I've shot, and I'll put those up on screen now for you to have a look at. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little video, and have a great day. Cheers.